The eviction notice was taped to her apartment door at 7:43 on a Tuesday morning. Bright orange paper. Bold black letters. 30 days to vacate. Elena Reyes stood in the narrow hallway with a grocery bag in one hand and her 5-year-old daughter's backpack in the other, staring at words that felt like a countdown to the end of everything she had barely managed to hold together. She was 3 months behind on rent. Her second job at the diner had cut her hours. Her daughter Mia needed new shoes because her toes were pressing through the worn fabric of the old ones. And now this, 30 days. Elena pulled the notice down. She folded it carefully, tucked it into her coat pocket. Then she walked Mia to the school bus stop like nothing had changed. Because that was what mothers did. They carried the weight quietly so their children could stay light. But tonight, standing in the marble foyer of the Ashford estate at 11 p.m., holding a mop she had been using for the past 6 hours, Elena felt the full crushing weight of that eviction notice pressing down on her chest like a stone. She worked as a night cleaning staff member for the wealthiest family in the city. The Ashfords. Old money. Real estate empires. Hotel chains. Investments that moved entire markets. And at the center of it all was Damien Ashford. He was 34 years old. Ruthless. Brilliant. Cold in a way that made people step back without realizing they were doing it. He was the kind of man who could buy entire city blocks before breakfast and ruin someone's career with a single phone call before lunch. Elena had worked in his home for 8 months. She had seen him exactly 4 times. Once in passing in the hallway, twice through the glass doors of his private study, and once tonight, when he walked into the library at 11:15, while she was dusting the bookshelves, and said 6 words that would completely rewrite the trajectory of her life. "You are sleeping in my bed tonight." Elena froze. The duster was still in her hand. Her pulse spiking so fast she felt dizzy. She turned slowly. Damien stood in the doorway, tall, broad-shouldered, wearing a white dress shirt with the sleeves rolled up to his elbows and dark slacks that fit him like they had been made specifically for his frame. Because they had. His jaw was sharp. His eyes were gray, cold gray, the kind that did not soften when they looked at you. "Excuse me." Elena's voice came out smaller than she wanted. "Mr. Ashford, I think I misheard you. You did not mishear me." He stepped into the room. His presence filled it immediately. Not loud, not aggressive, just absolute. "I said you are sleeping in my bed tonight. You will stay there until morning. You will not leave. And I will pay you $50,000. The number hit her like a physical blow. 50,000. It was 2 years of rent. Mia's shoes. The medical bills from last winter when she had pneumonia. The student loans Elena had been dodging for 3 years. It was everything. But it was also insane. "Why?" she whispered. "Why me?" "Because you are the only person in this house who does not look at me like I am a transaction." Damien's voice was flat. Factual. "Every other employee who walks into this room is calculating what they can get from me. You just clean the shelves and leave. You do not ask for favors. You do not try to impress me. You do your job and you disappear." He paused. "I need that tonight. I need someone in this house who is not waiting for me to make a mistake they can exploit." Elena's hands trembled. This was crossing every line, every boundary, every rule she had lived by since Mia was born. "You do not take money from men like Damien Ashford without consequences." "I have a daughter," she said carefully. "Cannot just stay here all night. She is 5 years old. She is with a babysitter right now, but I need to be home by 6 a.m. to get her ready for school." Damien pulled out his phone, typed something, then he looked back at her. "Your babysitter just received a notification that you are working a double shift tonight. She has been paid triple her usual rate to stay until 7 a.m. Your daughter will be safe, fed, and you will be home in time to take her to school." Elena stared at him. "You called my babysitter. I have a very efficient assistant. That is terrifying. That is practical." Damien's expression did not change. $50,000, Elena. "One night. You sleep in my bed. I sleep in the chair beside it. You do not have to do anything except stay." "Why do you need me to stay?" "Because I have not slept in 4 days." The admission came out quiet, raw, and for the first time since she had met him, Damien Ashford did not sound like the most powerful man in the city. He sounded exhausted. "I do not sleep well when I am alone." He continued, "I have not slept well in years. But 3 nights ago you were cleaning the East Wing study while I was working. You did not speak to me. You did not hover. You just worked quietly in the corner. And for the first time in months I fell asleep at my desk. Real sleep, not the shallow half-conscious state I usually exist in. I woke up 2 hours later and you were gone. But I remembered what it felt like to actually rest." He stepped closer. "I am offering you $50,000 to let me sleep near you tonight. That is the entire transaction. You stay. I sleep. Morning comes. You leave. No one else knows. No contract. No trace." Elena thought about the eviction notice in her coat pocket. She thought about Mia's worn-out shoes. She thought about the collection agency calls she had stopped answering 2 weeks ago because she had no answers left to give. One night, she said quietly, "Just sleeping. Nothing else. Nothing else." Damien agreed. "I am not asking for anything except your presence." She swallowed hard, then nodded. Okay, I will stay." Damien let out a breath. Long, slow, like he had been holding it for days. "Thank you." He turned toward the door. "Follow me." They walked through the silent mansion, up the wide marble staircase, down a hallway lined with art that cost more than Elena would earn in 10 lifetimes, to a set of double doors at the end. Damien pushed them open. The bedroom was massive, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. A king-sized bed with dark sheets, minimalist furniture. Everything was expensive. Everything was cold. "You can use the bathroom to change if you want." Damien gestured to a door on the left. "There are clothes in the closet. Take whatever fits." "I do not need it." "Take them." His tone left no room for argument. Elena went into the bathroom. It was bigger than her entire apartment. Marble counters. A tub that could fit 3 people. She found a drawer full of soft cotton shirts. She pulled one on. It hung to her knees. When she came back out, Damien was sitting in a leather armchair near the window, still fully dressed, just watching the city lights. "The bed is yours," he said without looking at her. "I will be here. You do not have to worry." Elena climbed into the bed. The sheets were softer than anything she had ever touched. She lay on her back, staring at the ceiling. Her heart was pounding. This was insane. She was in a billionaire's bed, getting paid $50,000 to sleep, while he sat 10 feet away in a chair, watching the city. She thought staying one night would be simple. She had no idea that by morning Damien Ashford would offer her something that had nothing to do with money and everything to do with the fact that she made him feel safe enough to close his eyes for the first time in years. The first hour passed in silence. Elena lay perfectly still, too aware of every sound. The faint hum of the air conditioning, the distant sound of a car passing on the street below. Damien's breathing, slow, even. He had not moved from the chair. At some point around 1 a.m., she finally let herself relax. Her eyes closed, her breathing evened out, and she fell asleep. She woke at 3:12 to the sound of Damien's voice. Low, rough, caught in the grip of something dark. "No," he said. His voice was sharp. "Do not." Elena sat up. Damien was still in the chair, but his hands gripped the armrests so tightly his knuckles had gone white. His eyes were closed. His jaw clenched. "A nightmare, Mr. Ashford," she said carefully. "Damien." His eyes snapped open, wild for a second, unfocused. Then he saw her, and the wildness faded. "You are still here," he said, like he had expected her to disappear. "I am still here," Elena said softly. "You were having a nightmare." "I do not have nightmares." His voice was flat again, controlled. "I have memories." She did not push. She just sat there, quiet, present. After a long moment, Damien stood. He crossed to the bed, sat on the edge, not close enough to touch her, but close enough that she could see the exhaustion carved into every line of his face. "My parents died when I was 12, he said. "Car accident. I was in the back seat. I survived. They did not. I spent 6 months in the hospital. When I got out, I inherited everything. The company, the estate, the money, and I learned very quickly that people only stay close to you when they want something. He looked at her, really looked. You do not want anything from me, Elena. You just do your job and you leave. That is the first honest thing I have encountered in 20 years. I want $50,000, she said quietly. That counts as wanting something. No, Damien shook his head. You need $50,000. There is a difference. The need is survival. Want is greed. You are not greedy. You are just trying to keep your daughter safe. How do you know about my daughter? I told you. I have a very efficient assistant. Elena almost smiled. You are terrifying. I am thorough. He stood, went back to the chair. Try to sleep. Morning is in 3 hours. She lay back down. But this time she was not scared. She was thinking about a 12-year-old boy who lost everything, about a man who built an empire out of grief, and about the fact that he slept better with a stranger in the room than he did alone in a mansion worth $50 million. At 6 a.m. Damien woke her gently. Time to go, he said. Your daughter will be awake soon. Elena sat up, groggy, disoriented. Then she remembered. The bed, the 50,000, the nightmare. Damien handed her an envelope. Cash, as promised. No trace. She took it. Her hands were shaking slightly. This is more than I have ever held in my life. Use it well, he said simply. Then he paused. I need to ask you something. What? Would you consider doing this again? Elena blinked. What? Not every night. Damien said carefully. But twice a week. Same arrangement. You sleep here. I sleep in the chair. You get paid. Why? Because last night I slept 4 hours. Real sleep. Deep sleep. I have not done that in 6 years. He looked at her. I am not asking you to be my employee. I am asking you to let me pay you for something I cannot survive without. Your presence. That is all. Elena stared at him. This man, this billionaire, this person the entire city feared, was asking her to be his anchor. I have Mia, she said. I cannot just leave her twice a week. Bring her, Damien said immediately. There is a guest wing. She can have her own room, her own space. I will hire a tutor if she needs help with school. She will be safe here. Better than safe. Protected. You are asking me to move into your house. I am asking you to give me 2 nights a week where I do not have to fight my own brain to get 3 hours of sleep. Damien's voice cracked slightly. I will pay you $10,000 per night, twice a week. That is $80,000 a month. Elena, you will never have to worry about rent again. Your daughter will never have to worry about shoes. And I get to sleep. She should have said no. Every rational part of her screamed to say no. But she thought about Mia, about the eviction notice, about the fact that this man was not asking for her body. He was asking for her presence. And somehow that felt more honest than anything else she had encountered in years. 2 nights a week, she said. Mia comes with me. She gets her own space. And if this ever feels wrong, I walk away. No questions. Agreed. Damien extended his hand. Elena shook it. And just like that, she became the only person in Damien Ashford's life who was paid not to leave. 3 weeks later, Elena and Mia moved into the guest wing. Mia had her own bedroom, bigger than their entire old apartment. A bathroom with a tub. A closet full of clothes that fit. A tutor came 3 times a week. Kind, patient. Mia loved her. Elena worked her regular day job. But twice a week she stayed at the estate. Mia would fall asleep in her room. And Elena would go to Damien's bedroom, climb into his bed, and sleep while he sat in the chair, watching the city, finally resting. It should have felt strange, but it did not. It felt like the first stable thing Elena had experienced since Mia was born. One night in the 4th week, Damien spoke. They had been silent for an hour. Elena was half asleep. Can I ask you something? His voice was quiet. Sure. Why did you say yes? That first night, most people would have run. Elena opened her eyes, looked at him in the dark. Because you were honest, she said. You did not lie about what you wanted. You did not pretend it was something else. You just said you needed to sleep. And I understood that, because I have spent 5 years not sleeping either. Worrying about Mia, about money, about everything. So when you offered me a way to stop worrying, I took it. Damien was quiet for a long time. Then he said, "Thank you." "For what?" "For not making me explain why I am broken." "You are not broken, Damien," she said softly. "You are surviving. There is a difference." He looked at her, really looked, and for the first time since she met him, he smiled. Small, barely there, but real. 2 months later, Damien made her a third offer. They were sitting in his study. Mia was asleep upstairs. Elena had just finished reading in the guest wing library. "I want to hire you full-time," Damien said. "Not as cleaning staff, as my personal assistant. You will manage my schedule, handle private correspondence, coordinate household staff, and twice a week, you still sleep in my room. Same arrangement, but you live here permanently. You and Mia. Full benefits, full salary, $150,000 a year, plus the $20,000 a week for the nights you stay." Elena stared at him. That is more money than ever. You are worth it." Damien interrupted. "You keep me functional, Elena. You keep me human. Without you, I go back to being the man who has not slept in 6 years. I do not want to be that man anymore." She should have been scared. This was too much, too fast. But Mia was thriving. For the first time in her life, she had stability, safety, a future that did not hinge on whether Elena could scrape together enough tips to cover groceries. And Damien was not asking her to be his lover or his possession. He was asking her to be the person who reminded him he was still alive. "Okay," she said. "I will do it." Damien exhaled. Long, slow. "Thank you." 6 months after that, Elena woke in the middle of the night to find Damien sitting on the edge of the bed. Not in the chair, on the bed, close enough to touch. "What is wrong?" she asked, sitting up. "Nothing is wrong," he said quietly. I wanted to tell you something." "Okay." "I have not had a nightmare in 3 months." He looked at her. 3 months, Elena. Before you, that record was 3 days. She smiled. "That is good, Damien. It is because of you," he said. "You do not fix me. You do not try to. You just stay. And somehow that is enough." He reached out, slowly, carefully, and took her hand. "I do not know how to do this," he said. "I do not know how to want someone without calculating the risk. But I want you, not because you help me sleep, but because you make me want to be awake." Elena's heart pounded. "Damien, I am not asking you to love me," he said. "I am asking you to let me try to love you, without fear, without strategy, just honestly." She looked at him. This man who had hired her to sleep in his bed, who had given her daughter a future, who had never once asked for more than her presence. And she realized she had already been loving him, quietly, carefully, without even realizing it. "You do not have to try, Damien," she whispered. "You already do." He kissed her, soft, gentle, like he was afraid she might disappear. When they pulled apart, he rested his forehead against hers. "Stay," he whispered. "Not just tonight. Stay. I am not going anywhere," she said, and she meant it. 1 year later, Damien Ashford stood in front of the city's most powerful business leaders and made an announcement no one saw coming. He was stepping back from day-to-day operations, promoting his second-in-command to CEO, and dedicating his time to philanthropy, specifically, a foundation for single mothers, named after Elena Reyes, the woman he had married 3 months earlier in a private ceremony with only Mia and a handful of close friends present. That night, back at the estate, Mia was asleep in her room. Elena and Damien lay in bed together, not because he paid her, not because he needed her to sleep, but because they chose each other. "Do you ever regret it?" Damien asked quietly. "That first night, saying yes." Elena smiled. "Not for a second." He pulled her closer. "I used to think sleep was the only thing I needed," he said. "But you gave me something better." "What?" "A reason to wake up. Somewhere in this city tonight, there is a woman working 3 jobs, struggling to keep the lights on, wondering if she will ever catch a break. This story is a reminder that sometimes the right person does not ask you to give more than you have. They ask you to stay exactly as you are, and they build a life around that. If the story moved you, tell us in the comments. Hit like if you believe the right person does not need you to be perfect. They just need you to be present. And share this with someone who needs to know that being enough is more than enough.